How's it, guys? Welcome back to FX Rhapsody. Today we're going to be looking at two pairs again, the British pound Japanese yen and also the British pound Japanese dollar. Before we hit the charts, just go visit my website, put a link on the top right corner there. It's a little video that you can watch. It tells you all about my website, previous analysis that I've done, previous strategies and ways that I trade. All the videos is under my website. Just go click it. There's also lots of other tabs there, resource tab, where you can just go and download the COT reports that are updated for this weekend. Just go download it to your PC, wherever, and use that for your trading. And also there is some nice trading plans and all that kind of stuff. So just go visit that. Okay, let's jump to the charts. So basically, we're looking at the British pound Japanese yen first. We are starting on the weekly time frame. So on the weekly time frame, what we can see is this area of key area of support, big area of support that price came down to, bounced off it, and now we can see price respecting that area once again. And yes, looks like it's starting to make its way up, but like again, time will tell. On the daily time frame, let's see what we can see. We know that this area of support is right here at the bottom. So I'm just going to highlight that. Then we can also see this area over here. It's another area of resistance that we see price going at. Let's just expand this a little bit. So now we see that price on the daily time frame on the Japanese yen, British pound Japanese yen, is in this ranging phase, in this consolidation phase. So, excuse me. So we want to see price breaking to the upside, coming down again to retrace, and then moving to the upside. Now that retracement, what we do is we measure it with our Fibonacci. Just stay tuned to the end of the video, and then I will tell you where you can view all of those videos on Fibonacci and all that to see how that has been traded, for those of you that haven't seen this video. Okay, so now in this consolidation phase, what can we expect? Now let's go down to the hourly time frame. Now there's a couple of things I want to show you on the hourly. So I'm just going to highlight a couple of key areas for me, then I can explain. So this is the first one, right around there. Second one is going to be, let's just scroll out a little bit. So you can see this is also a key area in the market. So let's keep it all nice and neat. There we go. So while I'm highlighting, I'm just going to explain. So you can see this area, excuse me, area of resistance. It broke that resistance. Now it's acting as a support area. Now this area over here, you can also see, you can actually draw it a little bit more to the sideways. So you can see it's a key area of resistance. Resistance came up, made a false breakout, back resistance. Now it's heading up towards that area of resistance once again. And then we can see the top one here. This is also, for me, that's a key area of resistance. So we have all these areas of resistance, or key areas in the market. Now, what lies above these areas? Okay, above these areas, we see, or we know that there is liquidity in these areas. Now, price action hunts liquidity. Okay, that is just how it is. It's always been like that. That is what price action does. Again, stay tuned to the end of the video. I'll show you a link, or give you a link to, for those of you that haven't seen my liquidity video, I'll give you a link to that video as well. Above this is also liquidity lying here. Okay, these are all areas of liquidity. And then above the top one, right around there, right around here. Okay, so what happens is, excuse me, price will come and hit that liquidity. Now the liquidity, I'm not going to explain liquidity. Like I said, I've done a video about this. Now what we see here happening is, if you are in a buy trade, now why a buy? If you take your Fibonacci from this low, swing low, to that swing high over there. So this swing low to that swing high, you can see price coming back, retracing to this area of the 62 to 79%. Okay, so those of you like me, placing the buy over here was a key area, and the price is moving up. So what is it doing? Price is hunting that liquidity. So that's the first liquidity. What can you see here? There is the target. First target was reached. So you can actually move it down a little bit. So you can see that the first target was lying on that liquidity area. Second target lying on the liquidity area. Third target, I'm not going to say lie on it, but more or less close to that area of liquidity. So basically, what I would like to see is price hunting that liquidity, obviously. That's the first one, and then eventually the second one. But again, price is not just going to shoot up to get that liquidity. We're not going to see this drastic, unless there's a big news event, we're not going to see this massive increase in price and jump in price. It is a possibility, but not always the case. So we might see a bit of retracement back, and then again going up, hunting that liquidity. We're going to see some retracement back, and then hunting that liquidity. So that's, that's the way price action works. So we might see that happen. But again, don't just go into a buy, don't just hold your trades. If you hold your trades, take some partials, and let's see what happens. But again, these are the key areas of liquidity in the market that we see. So for me, if I look at what price is doing currently here, price is in consolidation. So I would like to see price moving up, basically breaking this little area over here. You can also see the small little area. Once price breaks this area, you know that this is the key. Then we know that price is going to go hunt that liquidity. But until that happens, we will keep our eyes on the market, because I'm just going to take this out and this out, because we still have that possibility. If I take my Fibonacci from this swing low to that swing high, so let's say this is the turn in the market, because that's how price goes up and down, forming lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, and so forth. Price might come down and retrace to this key area, and then move up to that area over there. So there's a couple of scenarios. So I'm going to leave that there, and then there's obviously that scenario of price breaking that area and going up. So for me, that is my analysis on this pair on the hourly. So let's keep an eye on that. Let's see what happens, and yeah, keep an eye on lower time frames, guys, for those confirmation of those entries. Let's move on to the next pair, the the British pound. Oh, before we go to the British pound US dollar, let's just have a look at what the COT reports gives us. So on the COT report level, we can see that the British pound is on an extreme low. It has been hovering around this area for a while now, on this negative 38. It went negative 31, 34, 38. So it is on a very extreme low, if you can see on this side here. So what happens when price is on an extreme low on net positions? You can see this increase in price. You saw it over here, you saw it over here, and you saw it over here. There's extreme lows that happens in the market, and then you can see this movement to the upside. So that is a possibility that price is going to move. But again, now we're looking at the Japanese yen. So the Japanese yen is getting stronger. Okay, it was on an extreme low, so now it's getting stronger. So now with this movement to the upside, we might see a small drop to the downside. And if that happens, that is going to be this is going to be the scenario of price retracing back and moving up to that area. So I'll definitely keep an eye on that. So let's see what happens this week on this pair. Okay, now we can move on to the British pound US dollar. So let's start off on the weekly time frame. On a weekly time frame, excuse me, what we can see over here is, there we go, sorry, let's scroll out. So I just wanted to highlight this area over here, right around there. Okay, I'm just going to expand it a little bit. Excuse me. So what we see is price coming down. So it made a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So what we're expecting now for price to do is making a lower high. So with that lower high, let's take our Fibonacci from this swing over there. I'm saying swing because that's, if you see a candle like that, if you see movement, if you see a couple of bearish candles or bullish candles, doesn't matter. That, for this instance, bearish candles, there's a couple of bearish candles moving to the downside. You see a bullish candle in between. That candle is a key area in the market. That's a support area. And you can see price breaking, coming up. Now we want price to retrace. And if you look at this key area that I drew here, we can see that if this is the turn in the market, we might see price going up until this area, testing that resistance or support and resistance area, moving to the downside. But again, that is just one possibility of what this price might do on the weekly. Now on the daily time frame, let's just have a look. So on a daily time frame, you can almost see it a bit clearer. So there was this key area that was broken in the market. So price coming, making all this lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower high, lower low. Now we're expecting this lower high to form. So I'm drawing my Fibonacci from this swing high to this swing low. And you can see that price is right around that area over there. Let's just mark it like that. Key area in the market, price broke that, came up, retested that, started going down, and now we might see price moving up to the upside. Now this is what I was talking about in the COT reports, but we'll look at that. So again, we might see price moving and going to retest that 62%. And if that is the case, over there, we might look at some sells or even price breaking that area and going to the upside. So those are a couple of scenarios. But then let's go to the hourly time frame. The hourly time frame is the one that we all look at. And this is the one we trade. We use the top or the bigger time frames just to get a feel for the market, the flow for the market, but then we look at the lower time frames to place our entries. Okay. Right. So basically what we're going to see now is, like I've said before, we have the swing low to that swing high. Okay. This is the first thing we look at. And I'm drawing this here. Let's just scroll out a bit. We see this big trend line. I think I did make an analysis on that before. We see that big downwards trend line going down. We see that trend line being broken, coming down, going up again. So what we want to see now is this area being retested or revisited again. So I would like to see price going down there before we see a movement to the upside. Now that is one scenario, guys. What I'm doing here is I'm going to give you two scenarios of what might happen. So scrolling out, we also see this key area over here. I'm just going to make it a bit better for you guys. So it's around about there. It looks good. Okay, so this was a key area in the market being a support area here, going up, retested again. I'm just gonna maybe do that. So in that zone, you can see price bouncing up and down in that zone, coming, revisiting that zone again. Okay, so that is a good area for me. So you can see price consolidating on here. So basically what we want to see first is price breaking this just going to take this out. Before we place any buys, I want to see price getting out this box. Okay, this is my box that I'm going to be looking at this week. Whatever way it breaks, I'm going to look for retest. So breaking down to the low side or breaking below or outside the bottom of the box, we're going to see price going back, retracing to the 62% and then shooting up. Going out the top, we're going to see something else. And this is what I'm going to show you now. Let's just take all of that out. Okay, so you see this swing low to this swing high. Swing low, swing high, coming back, retracing to the 62 area and 79 area. Okay, so let's say you're in this trade. Now breaking out the box, you can see that price. Again, we're going back to the previous analysis I did. You see just above this, above the 100, what is there? That is liquidity. Okay, price hunting liquidity. You can see the top one. What is above this? Price hunting liquidity. Okay, this is price action at play, guys. And what is just above the 100? Just above there, or basically on the third target, if you are in this buy, is liquidity. We can actually draw it a little bit down, but you get what I'm saying. So you can see if you are in a buy from last week, you can see price hunting that liquidity, just bouncing up. So again, that is what I'm saying. If price breaks this area over here, we will find price hunting that liquidity. Okay, and then whatever price wants to do from there, doing a retracement, going up and down again, or from there doing a retracement down to whatever the Fibonacci tells us. So guys, these are two scenarios. I want you not just to go in and trade the market, but look at this, take it all in, view this video again, and yeah, just go to the lower time frames, guys, and trade it. So that's all I want to say. For those of you that haven't seen my video on liquidity, I'm posting a link on the top right corner there. Just go look at that video, go watch it. It will tell you all about price action and liquidity and how price action hunts liquidity. For those of you that haven't seen my video on Fibonacci, again, top right corner, and also previous analysis on this page, top right corner, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to press that like button, hit that subscribe button, that notification bell. There's some more analysis videos coming your way this weekend. Guys, I hope you are staying safe. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend and happy trading, guys.